An artist that is afraid is not a good artist. Artists should be free. An artist is like a researcher, and you have to use all the tools that you can have to create what you have in mind. You need to be an expert. To be an expert, you need to learn and to try and to test. But it was always like that. I'm a visionary, but I don't know about the future.
Hi Gilles, how are you?
Hello Margot, I'm very fine. And you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm very excited to have you today on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
No, it's
very
a
nice.
great pleasure. You're a creative content director. You have over 30 years of experience in TV, PR, fashion. You're going to tell us more about this. And what fascinated me when I met with you is that it's very rare to actually see to mix like deep creativity with AI. And we actually met at an AI event because this is really something that truly passionates you, technology and innovation in general. So I was very curious to hear about how you apply actually AI in your creative processes and to have your point of view on how do you see the future of creativity thanks to AI. So thank you so much for accepting my invitation today and accepting to share that with us. As a start, can you tell us a bit more about your background, who you are, what do you do?
Okay, so there is a lot to say, but we'll do it quickly because there is too much to say. So as you said, that I have 30 years of background in audiovisual media, producing movies, especially corporate movie, advertising, communication content, digital content. But my background was from fashion. 15 years, I quit school and I set up my first company at 16 to be fashion designer, to have my brand in the south of France. And I moved in Paris. Finally, too much competition, too much people. Fashion was very big for me as a young 17, 18 years boy. So I decided to train in PR and journalism. I did a journalism school for 1 year, and I became a PR in fashion. So I worked 10 years in fashion industry, but I did many things. I opened a photographer agency in fashion, makeup artist agency. I worked with famous fashion designer, media, all the media in fashion in Paris. And then I moved to music production.
Okay.
I was a musician, so I was passionate about all of that, art, shows, music, and everything was sparkling for me as a little boy from south of France, little city in Paris. It was amazing. So I produced for 10 years in music. And seeing all these musicians, what they were living, the passion as well, and also the emotion they were having and giving back to the audience, I wanted to show that with my eyes. And so I decided to start photographing, filming these artists. And because I was in a privileged place as a producer, I was in backstage, I was in the bus with the tour, with the musician. So you have a very specific moment that you want to share. So I started to do videos about music. And I don't know, it was beautiful. People liked it. So I started to work with all the big labels, CMI, Sony, Universal, to create content with emotion for the music and to promote, because it was the case, doing communication to promote artists through my eyes. And finally, I went to TV. I produced for Canal+, a yearly daily show in culture. And I decided to do my own program for TV about music, very creative way. I had my TV show was on a scooter, and I was bringing my guests and inviting people on my scooter.
Amazing.
Through Paris, to bring me to place about what they were doing. And then I worked for TV show, but always keeping an idea about technology, using different things, artistic way, not déjà vu, something that I wanted to move the things that were existing already. And I started to discover all the technology about VJing. VJing is video jockey, is playing image instead of playing music like a DJ. So I was working with friends. They were creating software. They were creating machine to generate image already. And so I'm talking about more than 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was playing keyboards with image for parties and with bands, with DJs. And also I use this software to create stories, because you play on the keyboard and you have image and loop, transition, effects, keywords, you can write things. So I was editing a story using this process. And finally, advertising agencies, they asked me to create videos in this way, using this technology.
Yeah.
So I was always very impressed and passionate and curious about new technology, innovation. So for me, AI is the direct continuity of all of that.
Yeah.
It's not, for me, it's not a surprise. It's not something very, I would say, weird or unique, as you said, because maybe you are in another field of AI. But me, I was always following artists in AI since more than 5 years now. The beginning of DALL-E, when the people were saying, oh, it's amazing, I'm just writing a sentence and the image is coming.
Yeah.
It was the beginning, and it was not what we have today. But I always was very, it was very interesting to see that, and I was excited to discover all this technology. So now I'm producing and creating video and content for brands in the UAE since 13 years.
Okay.
And I'm starting not so long ago to propose to client to do something in AI.
Okay. Okay. Oh, we will talk about this. I didn't know that you had this like sort of blank approach of saying that you're going to do it with AI. It's very interesting. What really fascinates me is that you were quite like a pioneer on these topics, always trying to put technology and innovation into this creative approach. And as I was telling you before we started, it's like most of the people, the creative people I meet or I met in the past through my work, for example, most of them, they are quite scared about innovation because they will be like, creativity, it comes from like, it's my gut feeling, I can't be replaced by a machine. So usually they get scared. And what I loved from the discussions we had already is that you're not scared. You're like, this is amazing and it's going to help me actually like improve my creativity. So,
I think they didn't understand really the purpose of tools like that. But for me, an artist that is afraid is not a good artist.
Yeah.
Artists should be free. It was David Bowie said that you when you start to create something because you think about what the people expect from you, you are in the wrong way. And you cannot create something nice. You have to create for yourself. That's all. Don't think about anything else. So in this way, you shouldn't be afraid. You just, an artist is like a researcher, and you have to use all the tools that you can have to create what you have in mind.
Yeah.
I'm talking about just colors, or from the beginning using pigments to create colors. So going in the nature and find the colors that you want. It's the same today. When I have an idea in mind, I'm just trying a way to do it.
Yeah.
So it's about research. It's about new technology, because today we have this. I'm talking about when I started video, it was only analogic, was no internet, was no real software. We had tape tape to create the video. The editing was a nightmare technologically. It was hours of recording, digitalizing the tapes, but it was technology. When suddenly digital arrived and we were able to record on nothing and transmit the files like that, and with internet and everything. For me, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm always very like a kid with big eyes when something new arrives.
You see progress, actually.
Yeah, I see progress because I'm trying, but also I'm an autodidact. Maybe these artists are not autodidact, meaning that when something new arrives, I want to try it. I want to test it. I don't care. And I didn't do a school of audiovisual or digital or whatever, or AI. So because I'm always following the creative people, creative agencies, the trends. I'm always on top of the trends. I'm using everything as I can.
Yeah.
And today, AI software, I'm using maybe 20 software in AI.
Yeah.
Because I want to know them all.
Yeah, of course.
And what is the best what you can do with it.
So let's talk about this, actually, because if we look at what you currently do, so if I simplify, but basically building campaigns and videos for clients, mostly for corporate, if I'm not mistaken. Can you just explain to us the big steps of the creative process, so we can understand where you can actually put AI, like where AI is actually useful in this process. So just for those who are not familiar about, how do I come up with like a new campaign?
So without AI,
yeah,
at the beginning, when you want to create, I would say, a big corporate video, you need a story. So you need a scriptwriter.
Yeah.
You need storyboards. You need production, permit shooting, a crew, art crew, makeup artists, actors, voiceover, translator, cameras, equipments. It's always a long process. It's a lot of technical briefing with the people, feedback with the clients to be agree on the script, on the storyboard, on the casting, on everything. It's always a heavy process. Okay, I like that because it's really, you have an idea, you have a vision of this idea, so you imagine how it will be at the end, and you just don't lose this image in your head, and you go straight to that. So the casting is related, the location is related, the camera you will use is related. It's a mix of art, technical things, relation with people, trust with your team, and also try to give the passion to your clients to understand and to convince him where you want to go, without keeping... without forgetting the message of communication, the targets, the markets, because this is what we are doing. I'm not doing just a movie feature for cinema. I'm doing a communication video. So we need to have an impact on what we do. And we have to have a purpose. Today, AI... for example, I worked on the movie recently with Mubadala for National Day. Yeah. And we didn't have so much time. We had like 3 weeks to create the video. Yeah. They didn't have a big budget. They wanted something wow, like always people want. And I started to see the evolution of AI generating pictures and videos. And today it's mature. So we can do something nice. Yeah. Before it was a bit tricky. You can do something abstract or very creative, but you cannot do something very hyper-realistic. So I decided to do something. And when I started to do my storyboard to show the story to the clients, I said, I will use the AI generation for pictures.
Okay.
Because it's easier, faster. I will not buy stock image, and stock image, you don't find what you want. So I started to learn about how to talk to this software. I'm using Midjourney, I'm using Pika for editing and generating pictures. But the thing I saw very quickly that just talking like that to a software doesn't work.
No.
You don't have what you want.
No.
It's a technical process. So I read a lot. I maybe saw all the YouTube video about all these softwares, how to prompt. I did a training very quickly in the night. During the day I was working, during the night I was learning how to prompt.
Yeah.
And each software is a different way of prompting as well, because they don't understand the same language, really. So it was for me, it was hyper exciting to learn all of that and to see that, okay, I'm writing a sentence in the right way, and suddenly I have an image that I was not expecting something.
Yeah, even better than what I would have done.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, and then I did my storyboard. I presented to the agency first. The agency said, "How did you shoot this picture? How did you, where did you found this picture? Because it's so close of the story that you wrote." I said I generated them. It was hyper realistic, so real actors.
Yeah.
And they were amazed. It's a creative agency.
Yeah.
They were amazed because they never saw that.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, yeah, it's a good point.
We got something.
Okay, yeah, we got something. So go deeper and work harder, work faster, because we don't have so much time. I presented my storyboard. It was accepted by the client. But in the same time, they were saying, okay, well, it's a nice image, but let's see. They were not very convinced.
You told them as well that it was AI generated?
I told them.
Yeah.
I told them, you will be amazed because you will present for the first time a video for National Day in UAE with AI. And it was Mubadala. So they said, yeah, you're right, it's a good idea. And we have to tell it and to say it to the audience.
Yes.
It was an event in public, like 10,000 people. So we wrote on the movie at the beginning, AI-generated movie. And then I started the process of animating the image. Because you create scenes, but it's in picture. So you have your background, you have the character, you have elements that you need, but it's not moving. So I'm using other software to give camera movements. So, of course, in AI, I will not say that people will lose their job. It's more about if you know the techniques and you use these tools, you will go further, you will go faster, and also you will have things that you will not expect. So it's give you more ideas, more creativity, more flexibility, because you can change the things as you want. So the process is from script writing, AI generating, ChatGPT, to create the story, to create the voiceover and the script, the storyboard with the image, and then after animating the image to have a real movie, transition. After, there is a part of manual process. I'm editing this image and this footage. And for AI, we after that was more organic and real voiceover. We had an actor to do the voiceover.
So that was a human voice?
Yeah, so it's giving you the feeling of, okay, it's human. It's real human. You can feel it at the voiceover. Sometimes voiceover in AI start to be very good, but you feel that it's a bit robotic.
Yeah.
There is less emotion.
Yeah.
But it will change fast.
Yeah,
for sure.
I read about this yesterday. There are new tools on the market that are so impressive. I'll share with you something.
Yeah.
You can test with your voice, and it's crazy.
And at the end, the client was amazed.
Yeah.
Because it was not at all what they were expecting.
Yeah.
And they were really happy to see that. So there is a kind of magic, because the result of the video is between dream and reality.
Yes.
You don't know really what is fake, what is not, because it's so realistic that there is footage you cannot imagine, and you cannot say that it's AI.
No.
You will say, okay, how did you shoot that? Because the skyline of Abu Dhabi is not really like that. I said, no, because everything is fake.
Yeah, but I watched it and it is really amazing.
Yeah.
You can't get what really impressed me was actually the faces.
Yeah.
You know, like the actors. You're like, it's really perfect. And if you see a year or two ago, just generated images with people actually on it was still not. You remember there was these issues with the hands or stuff like this, and on your video, it's really impressive.
But I would say maybe even on 1 month, when I started the project, I started creating images until the end, because end of the process, 1 month later, I was generating, making some change, because the clients wanted to change this image or this sequence, or it was not accurate about the clothes of the Emirati people.
Oh, yeah.
So we were doing some change. 1 month later, even the software
had evolved.
Improved, evolving
so
in the right way, with new things, new feature, new camera movements. So it's very fast. I mean, in 1 month, I just saw the same software evolving in the right way, fixing the mistakes, and yeah, it's amazing. But I would say to the artists, don't be afraid. Just test, use it as a friend, as a best friend, and as a big team assistant, because they will help you to do things that you are not able to do. I mean, we were not able to shoot this film.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you did it on your own.
Yeah, I did it alone.
Yeah.
So
you should have had a team of like
with my coffee at home and taking care of the baby, and I mean, you cannot do that.
Yeah, but you said for them, for Badala and for the agency you were working with, it was they were impressed and they accepted this AI generation. In general, you were saying when you presented yourself that you're really taking that direction or trying to produce more and more with AI. Is this something you think is going to be a challenge to, for example, when you sell a service, do you think people will be like, oh, it's AI generated, so it has to be cheap, or this type of reactions?
Yeah, the people, they are a bit afraid because they don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, my clients, they are the marketing directors, or they are the agencies, but project manager, or the client is a CMO or a CEO. Or they are not in this field. They are not using AI. I mean, they maybe use AI, but not to create
they use ChatGPT or like everyone, but they...
or process for, I don't know, summarize your meetings or things like that. But they don't know the process of creating a movie. It's like before, they were not knowing the process of creating a movie.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
So most of the time, I have to bring the clients in the studio, post-production, to show them what is editing.
Yeah, and the amount of effort that it takes.
Yeah, and also the process, because it's not like you push on a button and you change what you want. It's a process, and they have to understand what we can do, what we cannot do, and it's all about budgets most of the time. But so when you say AI, they are afraid because they don't know. When you start to present them, they forgot even, because they listen the voiceover with the music and the image, and they say, "Oh, it's amazing."
Yeah.
And I told them, "Yeah, it's AI." What? It's AI. They don't understand.
Yeah.
So it's okay. They are convinced.
Yeah.
to talk about what they did in AI. So the clients or the marketing directors, they are saying, yeah, we did a film in AI. So for them, the people think that, okay, they are in advance as well. They are using AI. So it's just about explaining them, give them the passion, and the right subject about AI and what that can do for them.
Yeah.
But you have to be transparent. You cannot lie and say,
agree.
no, we shoot the scenes.
No.
And you have to say it.
Okay. Yeah, and it will... people will get used to it. They will see good results as well, same as this, and they will start seeing that
Exactly.
it has a lot of advantages.
If it's doing the job,
Yeah.
they're happy. They don't care about how you did it.
Of course not.
It's
exactly.
If it's the same budget, they don't increase the budget, or they don't spend more time, or you are on time and you deliver what they expect. It's okay. AI, not AI. I'm using AI since long time because I was singing the voiceover generation. I was using that since years already. It was not good as it is today, but to make a preview voiceover, I was using AI voiceover generation.
Yeah.
In which way I was using AI, I don't know. All the software today and the effects, special effects, things like that, it's a kind of also random generation of effects. So for me, it was already AI.
Yeah, it's true.
It's already the machine thinking for you and proposing things.
Yeah.
So today, it's just an evolution of the tools, and it's better and better.
Yeah.
Faster and... but for sure, it's incredible.
Yeah. And how do you make sure it looks like human content? Because we want to have something... That was the case for your video, like the people look like real people, etc. So I guess it's all about the quality of the tools you're using as well, and the way you prompt, because maybe you didn't mention it, but like there is a huge work of prompting the right things, like explaining exactly the camera angles that you want. So you need a lot of... You need to know all of this. Like it's not magical or very easy. But how do you make sure that it still looks like it has been made by a human?
Okay, so first, I think you have to have a clear idea of your visual, of what you want to do.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, it's human vision. So, and with your reference, so you keep in mind an actor in a land or landscape or something, whatever, doing something. The light is like that. It's sunlight, sunset light, it's sunrise light, whatever, afternoon light. So when you prompt, actually, you are talking like that to the tools and to the software. You have to explain him what kind of camera you want, what kind of lens. If it's a 50 millimeters, if it's a wide angle, if it's a prime lens, you have to explain everything. Camera is different. You can use small camera, big camera, cinema camera. You have to talk about the light. You have to explain, okay, I want the sun at 4 p.m. The sun is going down. It's a little bit orange. It's coming from the right. I have a flare in the lens. When the camera is moving, and the light is coming in the lens. The actor is turning a little bit, watching the camera and smiling. You have to explain all the details. You have to explain the clothes, the colors, the face of the people, what we see in the background, and on the camera movement, it's same. No one can do that if they don't know the technique of cinema.
No. Yeah, what you're saying about the cameras, I can't. Like, for example, I'm not a...
exactly. You need to know the camera.
You cannot guess,
You need to know the camera, and even if it's a Sony or Canon, it will be different image. If you don't give the right prompt for the angle of the camera, low angle, high angle,
Yeah.
IRL footage, whatever. And the camera movements, it's pan right, it's dolly, zoom in or zoom out, or the camera is wrapping around the character.
Yeah.
All of that, if you don't know how to talk to a team
Yeah.
when you have a crew on a shooting, it's the same thing that you talk, the same way you talk to a prompt. So you will not be replaced.
No, because you're still the creator.
You are
but
still
you
the
have
creator. If
you're
you don't have-
automating and
Exactly.
yeah.
And you are, maybe you replace some people from the crew,
Yeah.
but even you need help of these people, because if you want to go deep in the technique,
You need their expertise.
you need technician people.
Yeah.
When you are a director, you know a bit of the camera, of the technical stuff, but if you don't have the special guy for the lights or for the camera or the lens, it's better to have a DOP. He knows exactly how to talk,
Okay.
or what to use,
Yeah.
so you can prompt that.
Yeah. Yeah, very interesting. And is there an issue of copyright? Like, I read on the topic quite a lot, and I was reading to see what were the questions of the people were asking themselves about this, and a lot are saying, yeah, the issue is like whatever is generated by these tools is a copy or looks like something that exists already. So, are you facing these challenges, or you don't agree with this at all?
Okay, so there is 2 points. In UAE and Middle East, for now, there is not so much copyright.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
legal protocols and laws. People are using
It's not
whatever they
properly framed.
want.
Okay.
So there is no frame really for
Okay.
that.
Interesting.
It's starting, but I would say creatively and in art, everyone is copying everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, in music.
I mean, you get inspiration from everything.
Today,
so.
you are listening R&B
that's true.
music is the guy who took the music from a guy 20 years ago or 30 years ago. And he's not taking care about the copyrights because they are transforming.
Yeah.
I always thought, in my case, as an artist, that I can use whatever I want if I'm transforming it in something different. It's not the same.
Yeah.
I'm using something, but since always we are using some things to change, to transform, to make it in our way.
Yeah.
So for me, copyrights, first, when I have an idea in mind, maybe it's coming from a reference of something I already see before, but it's not. I'm not taking this
You're not
movie.
pasting. Yeah.
No, I'm not pasting. I'm generating something else. It's inspired by, but I'm not facing at least in the country. I'm not facing any problem with copyrights. Neither in music or in voiceover or in script writing or in image. No, for now, I never faced that.
Okay. And when it comes to, you were saying that when you actually created this movie, in a month's time, the technology evolved a lot. So how do you personally stay like on top of all these trends? Do you just like read on the topic, test all the time? I guess this is how you do it, right? You test the tools that exist and you try it. Is this the way you make sure that you don't... because I feel like if you stop doing something for like 2-3 months, you wake up and like it's all completely different already.
Yeah. I'm always awake. So
I don't
this is no, the thing is because I like to follow artists, and especially artists using technology. As I told you, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, I was using already machine software that were not existing on the market to create image, to create sounds, to create music, whatever, using the frequency of electricity or something to create an image. That's something that we don't do when we are a movie director. I mean, my favorite artist is David Lynch. He was a painter. He was a complete artist. He was doing movie like he was doing paintings. But he was always trying to search for how to create something with technology. It was a bit reverse because he was using old generation of tools because it was creating some things that we don't have anymore today. Like he was saying 4K, I don't use 4K because it's too precise. You see all the details. There is no mistake anymore. There is no error. So he was using VHS because it's keeping a mystery of you don't know what you see exactly. This is blurry. What is it in the background? We see something we don't know. With 4K, you know exactly what is it. It's like a microscope, you know. So it was a bit reverse, but a mix of everything of that. I'm using old stuff, old cameras sometimes, old softwares or old effects, but I'm using new technology, and I'm always following artists that they are using technology. And when I see something impressive, I'm searching to know what he used, what software he used, how he did that. And I'm reading things every day about new artists, new technology, new software. Of course, now because of the social media, I'm receiving things every day about new tools. So I said, oh my God, this software is doing that. Oh, I'm creating an account. I have accounts in all the softwares. Sometimes I don't use them. It
costs a lot at the end of the day.
No, because I'm not paying the subscription. I'm always using a free account for the beginning. I'm trying. And if I see that there is something interesting or completing what I have, I'm paying a month.
Then you keep it.
I'm testing. I'm trying to test a lot. And I mean, you know, it's, as I said again, as an artist, you are a researcher. You need to be aware about things. You need to know everything. When you know everything, I mean, I don't say that I know everything, but when you are aware about all the new technology, the innovation and things, you have more tools to create something amazing. And I was always in advance. I was always in advance on my time about what I was doing. And the clients or the people were always amazed because they never saw this technology or this. I mean, when I was creating corporate video for a company called Lafarge, that they are in cement and concrete, and I was doing corporate video with VJing softwares using specific filters and things, they didn't understand even how I was doing that, you know. So, it's you have to be like that. When you are a mix of artist and creator of content, content creator, you need to use everything and don't be afraid.
Yeah, and even I think it applies to any job right now. It's if you want to...
if you are afraid anyway, you don't do anything.
No,
so
exactly. And if you want to stay... I mean, things are moving so quickly for all jobs right now with AI, not only AI, but with innovation in general. We are in the middle of a revolution. Exactly. So if you don't stay on top of the trends, if you're not curious, then you will end up...
for sure.
People will do it better than you.
It's going fast, and there is more and more software. Every day there is software coming out. It's complicated to know everything. But you have to also have a filter and to understand, okay, that is crap, that is just for... it's not a professional tool. I'm just trying to check on professional tools.
I understand.
Because there is too much things also for public that it's just on Instagram. Filters.
And it's a difficult job to actually filter all of this because we have so much information on the topic.
Yeah, it's complicated.
Okay.
You just need to have the right channels and the right media that give a proper information.
Yeah, for your job or your... Okay. And we talked a lot about how AI is helping you in the process, but is AI helping you as well to be more creative, like in your creative thinking?
It's happening. I mean, when I started this movie, for example, it's always generating some things that you cannot expect because you are not in the machine. Even when you do a mistake in the prompt, it's creating some things that you didn't have in mind. So it's bringing something new, even if it's a mistake. And I like mistake in creation because it's bringing
Yes.
something interesting. So yeah, I mean, it's not stopping or lowering down the creativity. For me, first you need to have your idea.
Yeah.
When you have a project, you have an idea in mind. It's clear most of the time. And then after, you just have new things coming. When you use these tools, it's bringing something and say, oh, I didn't thought about that. Oh my God, that is amazing. So I will work on that. But it's still your idea.
Yeah.
So no,
It opens your mind, actually, most of the time.
Yeah, it's opening your mind. Yeah, it's like a window that you can, or different windows you can open, and you can see other things that you didn't thought about.
Yeah.
And it's never happened that it's blocking my creativity, or even ChatGPT when I'm writing things. English is not my first language. I'm not so good in English, but when I'm working in English, people said, okay, work in French.
Yeah.
Write in French or translate in English, and then you prompt.
Yeah.
But don't prompt in English if you are not okay
and
to write in English.
And you can prompt in French and get an English output. Which is,
because I saw that when I'm prompting in English, the results are not exactly what I have in mind. When I'm writing in French, translating and prompting, it's closer to what I have in mind.
Because that's a very interesting point.
Yeah, because I have more words in France, and it's easier. But always I'm amazed by the results of what the software is giving. And more, I can see that even today. ChatGPT, it's a long time I'm using it. Today it's more and more impressive about the result that you have and how you can talk. So I did a training on ChatGPT for all the purpose.
Okay.
I did 2 months of training for ChatGPT prompts, engineering prompts, because there is so much feature, so much way to talk to them for specific things. And I mean, it's very creative.
Yeah, and very powerful.
Yeah.
And if you think about the future, because you're a visionary on many topics. So, if I could, what will be? What do you think the future is going to look like for AI in creation, or what do you want it to look like? Maybe. How do you imagine it? How do you imagine AI improving? I mean, changing the way you create.
I told you just before, it was about being close to a pool with a nice view in Greece or somewhere that the sun is there.
Where it was.
and the AI is doing everything for me, almost. I mean, I want to keep creating, but I will do something else that will inspire the work I'm doing. But honestly, my future, I can see it like that. I will work less. I will work more remotely. I need teams. I need people. But AI will make things faster, easier. Also make automation for most of the things. That is boring and taking time. Time consuming for, I don't know. There is process in production that you can use AI to automatize that. But if I see the future of AI, would be more real-time process, I think. Because today the softwares and the AI software are almost real-time, but soon things will make it by themselves. I mean, I'm working with software for 3D rendering, and today the new software of rendering are real-time process. You can generate the light that you want and directly on your scene or your sequence. Before it was a process of creation. You have to code or program or ask to the software to do it, and then there is a rendering time of hours. But now you just move. It's like a video game,
Yeah.
and things are faster, easier, and AI will be like that. It will be more real time.
Yeah.
It will also use directly the information and the data from the audience, from the result of, I don't know, you do a post, you do a video, people are watching the video, it's giving data. The video can be transformed automatically and readapted to with the change and with the new
The expectations and
the
what would
expectation
work,
of the clients, of the audience.
Yeah.
We see now more and more software that can generate edits, an advertising or TVC in some minutes. You just put a sentence. I don't know. I want a TVC of Coca-Cola, new taste with Nutella, and for this audience,
Yeah.
3 lines, and they are creating the full video. But things will be even. You will not need to prompt. You will just make the connection between your audience and platforms, and the comments, and the video will be edited and changed every month.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds crazy. But quite close from us, by the way.
It's a bit scary as well.
It is, yeah. But you will end up
But I like that.
drinking your cocktail next to
Don't be
a pool at that
afraid.
stage.
It's the I mean, it's the
No, but
way.
I mean, we're going there
the way
anyway,
yeah,
so
exactly. It's the
we're
way
going
that
there.
it's going there.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but it's impressive to see the evolution of all this software taking so much information now. I mean, some months ago, ChatGPT 3, maybe 1 year ago, was not going to internet to take the informations of what you were asking. Today, the number 4 is going to maybe 2,000 websites to search for your information. So, of course, the result is better and better. And it's same in creative content, all this software.
And because we're talking mainly about digital content, but you know as well quite well fashion, TV, music, like other, we can call them creative industries. How is AI, or how is AI going to impact these industries that are a bit more, human facing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know really. I never tried music software with AI. But for me, music is a piano instrument and sharing with people, with musicians, and it's a conversation with people. I'm not sure you can. I mean, you will have a conversation with the robot.
Yeah.
You will have the conversation with the software.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's not. It's different. But I'm sure it's working well, and I know some musicians and sound designers are using AI, and it's make their job easier and faster as well.
Yeah, again, it helps them on what takes time, but I don't think you will ever replace these artists.
No.
I mean,
no.
I hope not.
I don't think so. It will replace the creativity of humans, because we have this human touch that the machine cannot have. Even if they are very close, let's see how they go closer in some months, some years. And I'm sure it will be impressive, but still, you need someone behind the ID. I saw, for example, a TVC for car brands, luxury car brands, made by an Italian director. He used full AI to generate all the video. It's hyper realistic. What was his idea to keep it human is to create the TVC in AI. So you have cars in Italy, there is a story with characters and things. But on top of that, he added some behind the scene of the production. So interviews of the director, interviews of the actors, problem in the production, people screaming on each other, technician breaking a camera, and all the behind the scene were AI as well generated. Even the interviews of the fake director was AI. But
it
this
makes it
idea,
look like human.
it was amazing to see this TVC with the cut of the behind the scene of people. Yeah, you know, when we shot this sequence, the guy just broke the camera and everything was AI. It was amazing. And the ID come from a director. And if you don't have this ID, the robot will not have this ID to create that. So you need to train, you need to use AI as a friend, better like an enemy, because it will go against you, because it's stronger than you somewhere and somehow. So take it as a friend, take it as a very high-level assistant, knowing so many things. And it will help you to do many things.
Yeah, and I think, again, it's everyone's going to use it. But the more creative you are, the better you'll be, because this will not be replaced. This is how you'll create new things. And then all the others, they will use like basic...
I'm following some artists, photographers, fashion photographers, even a scriptwriter in Hollywood. And the scriptwriter is a famous guy who is working for... he worked on Dune, for example, but he's a scriptwriter. He's using AI. And because he's a scriptwriter, he knows how to prompt. He's prompting things that is creating universe today in a way that you cannot imagine. It's a mix of baroque and futuristic, and it's so realistic that you feel that this world exists somewhere, and the people are existing, and in fashion, same. This photographer is creating, or it's only photo for now. He's doing some animated shots, but he's creating clothes by himself. He's just a photographer. He's not a fashion designer, but he has so much ideas that he's creating collection of futuristic clothes and models, makeup. He's creating things that it's totally you cannot imagine that. Only if you are a good artist, you have some ideas, and you talk to the software in the right way to create something extraordinary. And I know that now some fashion designers are using the work of these people having ideas to create real clothes. So they are taking back the AI generation of ideas and image to create new collections and new clothes that they're asked to models to wear.
It's fascinating. And if we think about, because we talk a lot about people who had a sort of offline job and now they can use AI, but they had, like, for example, you worked on, you were doing shootings, etc. So you know exactly how it works in the real life, so you can prompt properly. If you take someone like a very young person who has no experience, and she or he will be like, I want to create movies, or I want to do fashion design, etc. I see two things in what you're saying. Is like, on one hand, it can give this person much more opportunity to do, you were saying, like working in makeup, fashion, etc., without requiring a lot of experience. But at the same time, if you don't go on the ground, you don't have the experience, isn't it an issue? Like, how are they going to keep this ability to prompt properly if they don't know how it works in real life?
I didn't say that this photographer doesn't have the right experience, because he is a fashion photographer. So he saw many, and he worked with many makeup artists. So he have a certain idea, and he saw it, and he have imagination, and he have concepts in his mind with light and with colors and everything. So he's creating a new world with his own experience and his own work that he did before without AI to create something that he had in mind, and that maybe he cannot create for real.
Yeah, exactly. Because but I mean, he can, without being like a makeup artist.
Yeah, but I'm not sure you can do that.
Yeah, no, I don't think so too.
First, you need to know how to prompt, so you need to
have the
learn.
Right?
You need to, of course, you need to learn a lot about prompting.
Yeah.
It's like before. If you are not a coding guy or a programmer, you cannot talk to a machine. You cannot create a software. You cannot design a website. So you had to learn how to write the code. Today, it's another code. It's talking. it's words, but the words, if you don't use the right words, the technical words in the right way, because some software you place the words
The other way?
in another way, it's creating another things.
Yeah, of course.
So depend the software, depend the way that you talk. If you place, for example, and you said wide angle aerial footage, the camera is turning around the subject.
Okay.
In another prompt, you said the camera is turning the subject on aerial footage with a wide low angle. Video will be different.
Yeah.
Depend the software. There is software that are also doing better things, better character, better movements, better backgrounds. So you need to know that. And for that, you need to test, you need to learn, you need to make test and test and test and test. This mobile della video, for each scene, I was creating maybe 200 pictures.
Wow.
To get what I really wanted to have.
Yeah.
Because there is always a detail that it's not working.
Yeah, of course.
And then after, I had to do maybe 20, 30, 40 animation to have the right movement. Because also the machine for now is still random working. So it's going a little bit right and left, and there is a mistake. But you do the same prompt and you generate again, it's creating something new. So you have to test and test. And these people, if they don't have the knowledge, they need to learn.
Need the expertise is not disappearing.
No, you need to be an expert. To be an expert, you need to learn and to try and to test. But it was always like that.
Yeah.
When I started fashion at 15, I did 100 mistakes before to do a nice pants, you know, and cutting wrongly the fabric, and I need to, okay, it's not working. I have to do it again and do it again and do it again.
Yeah, it's good to say it because it's very easy to say, it's going to replace so many jobs, but at the end of the day, the expertise is not going away. You still need to train yourself on content, not only on using machines, like on content as well.
And I would say culture. You need to have culture. You need to
be curious.
I mean, for our job, if I'm not cultivated in music, knowing classical music, world music, electronic music, jazz music, in art, knowing the painters, knowing the directors, movie, whatever exists on earth, this bring you the experience and the vision that you want to have and the project that you want to create.
Yeah.
You know, it's always like that when there is a young guy, he said, I want to create something amazing, but he doesn't know any music, he doesn't know any movies, he doesn't know any artists, he doesn't know painting, how you want to create. You are genius, but this is very rare.
Yeah.
There is some, but no one can, not everyone can do an amazing things because they are using AI. If you don't have the background, if you don't have the technique, if you don't have the self, critics, you have to also to critique your work and criticize your work and do it again but it's good to start young.
Yes.
I mean, this generation, they start with that.
Yes, exactly. For them, it's, it's a no-brainer. It's more the generation above that are still resisting.
Maybe the problem will be that it's because they never knew anything before.
But that's why I was asking the question. It was as they don't have this experience because they start directly with AI. I'm generalizing, but it's important to see the value in as well getting knowledge outside of it. It will help you actually using it better.
Two ways. They will use that, and then it will evolve so much that they will have experience in AI, and then they will train to prompt like that directly. Talk like that, maybe. I don't know. Maybe people will talk like they prompt. Because they will learn that at school. I don't know. Or they need to ask their parents to teach them the old things. You know, and the old school things, old music. But I mean, I have an example of a very young DJ in UAE that she's maybe 10 years, but she's really good because her father just make her listen all the old music
Yeah.
from the 50s. So she have a huge culture
Culture of
of
music.
music from every countries,
Yeah.
every music, every style of music. Now she's a DJ. She's mixing new things, electronic with Beyonce, but she's mixing with Ella Fitzgerald
Yeah.
or whatever. And this makes her special.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a visionary, but I don't know about the future. How
No,
it will
but
be.
who could have guessed 10 years ago that we will be there
Exactly.
today? So,
Yeah, yeah,
but
sure.
still, it's very interesting to see the vision
It's
you have.
exciting.
Yeah.
At least it's
Yeah, it's
very
exciting.
exciting.
Yeah. And we are curious. So
Yeah.
I hope we're going the right direction.
Thank you, AI.
Thank you so much, Gilles. I think we're
Welcome.
done. Thank you so much for sharing your
thank you
experience.
for
I
your-
will share if you don't mind, the Mubadala video, and
Yeah, of
I'll
course,
keep
of
because
course.
I think it's
Yeah, you need to see.
it's good to see,
show
yeah.
that. It's
Yeah.
very interesting to see this amazing.
the result of this.
The
right.
result of that.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you,
See
Margot.
you soon.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah.